Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen, I'm John, this is many a true nerd, and welcome back to Fallout London. Well, last time, me and Jack went to a funeral, and I'm gonna be honest, we may have acted somewhat inappropriately. Like, it's probably considered rude to blackmail people at their friend's funeral. And today, right, we've got a rather interesting objective here, which is, we're supposed to hand over our now properly signed, sealed, etc, document over to the Prime Minister. The problem being, there is no Prime Minister, because there's currently an election occurring, so, right, I guess it's up to us to help speed that process along a bit. And that, by the looks of it, is going to bring us, just around the corner to St James's Park here.
Fancy a poster? Support your party to victory in the polls?
Okay, so quite possibly, we're putting up election posters or whatnot, so, I'm gonna be honest, not 100% sure what, like, any of the political parties are in Fallout London. Like, I was just assuming the gentry decide amongst themselves who the next Prime Minister's going to be, but apparently there's parties, but I swear no one's mentioned them up to this point.
I can see you're poor, but blimey, I thought you'd at least know who the parties are. You've not even seen the posters? Oh, we've got all sorts. We've got blue for the traditionalists, led by Freddie Newell. Bit daft, but they keep a steady hand on the rudder and all that. We've got yellow for the pragmatists, if you fancy a bit of change. Lynn Moores is the leader, and she's committed. Or she should be, at any rate. To an asylum. And finally, we've got red for the Reformist Party. Stark raving mad, the lot of them. They never win, but they try, bless them. So, who'll it be?
Okay, so blue, yellow and red, basically yes, it's the current political parties in the UK. That's the Conservatives, Lib Dem and Labour. Just seen through the filter of a Westminster that's under the control of the gentry. So by the sounds of it, yes, the traditionalists in this universe just win. A lot.
They're a fairly dull bunch. Between you and me, ain't the brightest bulbs neither. Afraid of change, you see. Don't like upsetting the balance of order, or what have you. Ah, but they did recently outlaw hunting the poor for sport. For now.
Okay, for those of you who don't live in Britain, that was a joke about the fact that, yes, in our real universe, the Conservative Party's always been a bit unsure where it stands on the question of fox hunting. Like, sometimes they want it banned, sometimes they want it brought back. They've always struggled with that one a bit. Unfortunately, though, we don't learn about any other policies from any other parties, so, in which case, we'll put up some posters for the pragmatists, sure. Sounds like they're open to change, but might still have a chance of winning. Alright, we've now got to pop those up at various points dotted about London, and I'm guessing, yes, depending on where I'm putting these posters and which flipping party I decided to go for, we might get better or worse responses from the locals. So okay, we'll start at the north at Piccadilly Circus and then just zigzag our way down south, because it looks like, yeah, just having a quick glance at the map and whatnot, we could probably cover most of them in a single run. Then possibly we'll fast travel over to the Royal Albert Hall, because that one's a bit more out the way. Though, there's also, hang on, someone started shooting at me, because I'm putting up a poster for the Lib Dems. I'm gonna be honest, this right here may be the strongest emotions anyone has ever felt for the Lib Dems. They're a fairly dull party, for the most part. People don't generally start Lib Dem-based violence. Still, put up a poster here anyway. Lovely, and... okay, possibly I may have slightly overestimated, yes, the level of difference between the three parties in the Fallout London universe, if even the yellow Lib Dem posters have got, like, top hats and monocles on them. Possibly, you know, gentry's gentry. We're talking very subtle differences between them. Which makes it even weirder you guys were willing to die for this. Like, you're gonna get a person in a top hat and a monocle whatever happens. On my way past, though, did I also see something about, yes, a car salesman?
Hey you, can I interest you in a brand new car for sale?
Okay, I'm a bit suspicious. Is this a scam, Mo?
A scam? How dare you insinuate that? I'm as honest as I make them. And my Betsy's the most reliable ride in London town.
Okay. I mean, it looks a bit on the scruffy and rusty side, but tell me more.
Finally, here's a woman who can recognise a bargain when she sees one. Miss...
Aria, as you can see, I'm currently functionally the Queen.
That's the one and only. And this one's Betsy, the most reliable friend you could ever ask for, and she's yours for just 1,000 tickets. An absolute bargain, if I say so myself. So, what do you say?
Okay, that's not much, and by the sounds of it, I might be able to get him down a bit more.
500? You must be joking. I'll give you a 10% discount because I like you. How does that sound?
No. Yet more charisma, please.
You better be willing to part with more than that if you want my Betsy. 800.
Mo, I'll be right back with you in just a second. I just need to do some drugs, my friends. Here we go. Want a quick beer? Lovely. 700, Mo. Come on, be reasonable.
Fine, mate. 700 is final, though. Now, do we have an agreement?
I feel like I'm probably being ripped off right now, but I'm willing to say yes anyway, because I'm curious where this is going.
Great.
So, okay, I just took 600, not all. He's running away, which makes me highly suspicious, so is this car going to immediately crash? Honestly, it's worth it, just to see what's actually going on here. So, behind the bonnet lies a whimsical masterpiece, a peculiar concoction of taped together spoons, haphazardly arranged miscellaneous items, and a dash of pure absurdity. Alas, this inventive contraption, though a sight to behold, lacks the precision of convention engineering, and doesn't work at all. So, excuse me, Mr. Mo, where'd you go? Hang on. Was that him running in that direction? Mo! My friend. Hello there, Mo.
Hello?
Your car doesn't flipping work.
Oh, no.
And right, he just pulls out a gun straight away, and buddy, you picked the wrong person to flipping scam. So bare minimum, get my money back, and a free radish too, better and better. Anyway, keep on keeping on, we've got democracy to do. There's more bloody cavaliers at the next site too. Seriously guys, this is all very peculiar. People do not get this excited about the Lib Dems. Though speaking of which, I'm doing a very bad job putting at these posters. Like, that is a terrible position for a poster. Like, this is a back alley that doesn't go anywhere. Obviously, you'd put it round the corner here, right by the entrance, so people would see it as they went in and out of Westminster Station. So, dear oh bloody dear, you can tell it's my first day putting up election posters here. Right, Bernie, my old friend. Bernie Chance, thanks to the magic of video games, has me putting up 5 posters made the election happen, like, right now or something.
You're back, just in time. They're about to announce the results.
Okay, I thought it flipping might. And that's true, despite being, well, am I officially a member of the gentry? And also, what are the rules for who does or doesn't get to vote? Because, I mean, I did the Becoming Respectable quest, and I own property in Westminster. I feel like I should have been allowed to vote.
Of course not. Only the gentry can vote. Everyone knows that. Now hush.
Thank you for tuning in to tonight's Election Night special. We've just got the result from St. James Park, and the Pragmatist Party have taken St. James Park. With this seat, the Pragmatist Party has gained a majority in Parliament. We have Lynn Moores calling into the studio to give a statement on this historic upset.
I want to start by thanking our supporters across Westminster who showed up and proved that change is still possible. It was a hard-fought campaign. The traditionalists held nothing back. But the people have spoken, and they want a pragmatist leader at the helm. Once Parliament reconvenes, we will have all hands on deck, and our first order of business will be decreasing our prison populations and increasing the meat ration.
That was Lynn Moores, everyone, calling in.
Wow, what a shock! Though I suppose the pragmatists do win about as often as the traditionalists. 50-50. Still, I might go vegetarian until the next election. Well, that was fun, wasn't it?
Okay, so it would appear my posters made a big difference. Fascinating. And also, Mad Jack disliked the Lib Dems winning the general election. Which is odd because, No, seriously, which way did you want the election to go? And there we go, the election night special is now complete, though it did just strike me. Literally, the next step is handing the royal appointment to the new Prime Minister. And as a result of doing aforementioned thing, yes, Smythe was implying she's got some dastardly scheme to suspend Parliament or something in order to make herself dictator of everything. So, okay, it's possible we're about to completely abolish democracy. It's hard to say. Still, let's go hand over that thing to the Lib Dem leader over in 10 Downing Street, which is presumably now open. I do also enjoy that Downing Street is not, like, guarded in any way. I could just walk in and say hi. You know what? I stand corrected. Inside the building, there's one police officer who's holding a flaming stick. So there is some security here, but not much. And I suppose maybe in a universe where everyone kind of knows that behind the scenes, Angel's the one pulling the strings, yes, maybe the Prime Minister isn't actually really that important. Now, crucially though, while we're passing through, can we go and visit the famous cabinet room? Oh, there we go! Long table, green seats, etc, etc. Oh, I'm glad we've got the proper cabinet table here, in fact. They may have made it a bit bigger than it is in reality. I swear it's not quite this wide, actually. Anyway, welcome to your new office. Here's a piece of paper that's probably going to indirectly abolish democracy in about 10 minutes.
Smythe forced you into my diary today. It's fine, I guess. I am Prime Minister after all. But make it quick, will you?
And here you flippy go. Smythe's got a promotion due.
Let's have a look at the small print. This can't be. This is highly irregular. Smythe can't do this. It's not how it should be. Sure, our elections aren't free and fair in the traditional sense, but Smythe didn't win a sham election. I did. I need to have this verified. Only then can it be enacted. However, for now, if you don't leave, I shall have you removed. Thankfully, one of my few remaining powers is the power to remove minor annoyances.
Okay, it sounds like yes, I may be right here. Prime Minister is not quite the position in this universe as it is in ours. Also, this map's quite interesting. Presumably, yes, with London there, that indicates existing and known as surviving cities of varying descriptions. So, okay. There's not many of them. There's also none in Wales. Apparently Wales just didn't survive. And no one's been to Ireland to check. We just don't know what's going on over there. Still, I suspect we're about to find out what all of this actually means. Because, step the next, we need to return to Smythe's office. Although, hang on. On this occasion, we're not going up to the office. Instead, we've got a courier.
Sorry to bother, Gav. Got a letter for you.
Okay. No phone call on this occasion. Just a letter, and you know what? I am going to tip the courier. Why not?
You're very welcome. Have a nice day.
Alright. Dear esteemed individual, don't even get named. Well, that's just bloody insulting. You're hereby invited to the upcoming appointment ceremony of the new Lord Chancellor Smythe. It will take place at St. James's Palace. No refreshments will be provided. Please don't bring your own. While you are not invited inside the building during the ceremony, you may stand outside in the courtyard. We eagerly anticipate your attendance. Yours sincerely, the Lord Chamberlain, on behalf of Her Majesty the Queen. So, was that what's-her-face, Brenda Beaumont, who we met inside Buckingham Palace? I think it might have been, you know. And that would explain why, yes, no refreshments, not allowed inside, etc, etc. Brenda was not happy with this appointment at all. Still, keep on keeping on, because naturally St. James's Palace is right by St. James's Park, so it should be barely over the water from where we are right now. So here we go, it should be somewhere around here. I'm guessing the large number of police indicates we're in the right spot. And yeah, there's a fair whack of people here as well.
Maybe I'll visit outside the walls sometime. See how the other half live.
Country and people.
I do.
Excellent. Now would you please sign these articles of office? By the power vested in me, by the office of the Lord Speaker, I declare you Lord Chancellor Smythe.
I thank you for this great honor, and I look forward to working with you in the future.
People have a negative attitude. That's what's stopping them.
In the present. Citizens of London, the situation has become intolerable. Violence has spilled onto the streets of London. Even inside this sacred borough, armed gangs of hoodlums are murdering each other. This has to stop. This must stop. This
I'm in touch
will
with humanity.
Stop. This is my promise to you. To combat this epidemic of violence, I will take direct control of the situation. We cannot afford the chaos of indecision during this emergency.
Oh, a line seems to have gone missing, but she's dissolving Parliament. That was a bad line to go missing.
Power will return to the people, as it always has.
It must be
in this
horrible to
country.
live in places without luxury.
And only once order has been restored. London is on the precipice, and we must fight for its survival. We must unite, as we always have countless times past, to defeat this great evil. I believe we are more than equal to the task. God bless the
Life
people.
at the top
God
is
bless the
immensely
Queen.
satisfying.
And God bless the United Kingdom.
Okay, so one, feel like someone over here wasn't really paying attention because they were just making their own comments off in their own little world there. And two, we now know what she was talking about. As Justice Minister, basically, she's declared martial law and suspended all democratic process because there's an emergency. And naturally, she gets to define what is or isn't an emergency, and how long such a thing may or may not last for. Well, bare minimum, may as well return to the office now, see if, this time, we can ask any follow-up questions, because, it kind of feels like a job done here. You have officially now taken control of Westminster. I'm not sure what else you could bloody want, my friends. And as we'd expect, Smythe is waiting for me on the screen, and the telephone is already ringing, together with, yes, potentially more documents of notes.
It seems I must delay our meeting once again. Urgent matters have been brought to my attention. Nothing that can't be handled. Especially if you continue your excellent work. General Asquith, a man loyal to a fault, no longer wishes to support the gentry. He claims they will only follow orders directly from the Queen herself. Given the state of things, that poses an obvious problem.
Right. You've potentially flipping lost the army. Like, the entire military muscle that keeps the gentry safe from the many, many factions outside. So you need this guy replaced in a hurry, so we regain the Tommies.
Exactly. Replace him with someone actually reliable. Colonel George Major. Deliver him the appointment papers on my desk. And the bad news to the former general.
Okay. Nice and simple, though. Maybe a bit suspiciously too simple. I suspect there's going to be, yes, some more drama, politics, etc., inside the Tommies beyond just giving them this note. Not least because, yes, the entire problem is, the guy who's already running the show over at the Tommies, he'll only take orders from the Queen. This order, functionally demoting him, is not from the Queen. It's from the government. And clearly, he doesn't view the government as legitimate anymore. And that's fair given what's just happened. So, oh yeah, there's gonna be some drama there, gotcha. Still, I would say that's probably enough politics for today because, I can't deny, after last week, I'm suddenly very, very interested in getting on with some vagabond business because they have promised me a big exciting train job and also sinking boats, freeing prisoners, and maybe, just a maybe, trying to find a way to get the gang onto a less revenge-focused footing. So, we'll get back to the Tommies another day. For the time being... Okay, well, I can hardly resist a train job, no. The issue being, yeah, how precisely do I get to Poplar Station, which is where I'm supposed to be going? So I'm pretty sure that's not on the London Underground network. That's part of the DLR network, the Docklands Light Rail, that covers, yeah, southeast London. And apparently, yeah, there's an access bunker here, which is where the quest mark is indicating I ought to go, and this is roughly where Poplar Station is, though if you ask me to say on a map, yeah, I'd say potentially it might be as far north as this bit of Hackney right here, so... right, we'll mosey in that direction and see what's floating around, because I've walked straight past that area and not seen any sign of Poplar Station. So here we go, back nearby to the Isle of Dogs. Apparently, yeah, we're looking for something in this bit of the world. So, okay. We've got ourselves an old little bunker here. Right, the DLR, like I was expecting. Oh, slight issue, mind. It would appear that at this point, the Syndicate's realised I'm not a friend, and has started sending nasty people to potentially murder me and whatnot. So no, where do you think you're going, my friend? No, I do enjoy freezing people with my freezing gun. That's delightful. It is a shame he doesn't shatter, though. Right, as I was saying, DLR. So yes, in many parts of London, this actually runs like, you know, above ground. That'll presumably be the DLR track up there, in fact. Though, possibly this is like, you know, the underground infrastructure or something. So, okay. Step 1. Move into here. Is this like a mobile platform or something? Okay, just in case it is, Jack, I'm gonna suggest you, like, get on the platform too, or we might potentially leave you behind.
No chance.
Okay, I'm sure it's fine. He'll probably catch up later. Right, activate button, and I'm sure he'll teleport to me. It's going to be fine. So, okay, we're just moseying along in this tiny little McJibble. There's definitely... oh! There's machine gun turrets here, though they're probably not going to do a very good job of hitting me or anything at this range. That's probably fine. So, right. Down on the ground, possibly go over to, you know, a nice, powerful gun on this occasion. I held myself to local supplies, and Jack's literally just done this on foot, hasn't he? I feel like in many ways, this infiltration could be going in a more sneaky fashion. John, go over to Scaramanga. Scaramanga is silenced. You're supposed to be doing this all sneaky-like, so... right. Get in. Take him out one by one. Everything's going to be fine. So we've come in the back way, using this station. Prepare for trouble. Look for, yes, for the moment, robots. And okay, we've got... oh! Hello over there, and... uh-oh. Okay, so it may possibly be the case that the local security is a bit tougher than I was expecting, but... no, never mind. You died to flames. Okay, John. Local security, not a joke. Especially given right now, Jack's not actually with me because he's stuck there and can't get up. Maybe just be ready to use crits. Look out for turrets. They're nowhere near as bad, all things considered. And, okay, blimey. Not sure what happened here, but there's a bit of a mess going on. Syndicate pup. Dead. Blood everywhere. Possibly you're right. You guys just got, you know, murdered by robotic security or something. Oh, and this is delightful. Turns out, yes, that terrifying robot was, like, possibly pre-war security. So, right, you've been down here murdering people for a long time. And there's also an emergency stop override button. Okay, so we've successfully stopped the supply train right here. Step 1 complete. So, okay. Just to be ready, because, yeah, we can now take the easy path, or the hard path. And, okay, rats, no trouble, that's nowhere near as bad as... sorry, completely missed another... who the cock was that? Was that Jack catching up? That may have been Jack catching up, and... oh, welcome back, Jack, though... okay, Jack's now just ice skating around with an invisible axe. Well done, Jack, good to see you again. So, okay. back up to the platform. Take out the local rats. Get my... John, you've already got maxed out crits. You're fine. Okay. So far, we've got no trouble with more robots. So, okay, hang on. Hang on. What are my options here, precisely? Ah! Obviously, John. Yes, you're going up because DLR means raise trains. So, okay. Just head in this direction. Take out this. Push through you. Few syndicate pups need to be taken out. And hello over there. That's fine. I think we could just join their pups. So that one could be critted purely because of range. And then you just be taken out with a regular shot because you're much closer. So, okay, we're up to... Right, mercenaries, you're a bit tougher. Rush them. So, fine. Once we've seized the train, we can either redirect it or explode it. Those are the options. So, okay, at the front of the train, we could, yes, activate the monorail controls. Meanwhile, over here... That is... Right, that's where we put the bomb. So, no. That's not what we're doing in the slightest. We're going to take control of the train, though... Okay, have we, like, switched which way it's going? Destroy train. Maybe we'll do that here. Like, I was kind of assuming the monorail controls wouldn't let you switch branches. You'd need to do that in the control room of the station. But maybe we can do it right here. I'm sure it's fine. So, right. We have not destroyed the train. The question is, why is redirecting it harder? Because the implication was, just blow it up, that's the easy way, or, yes, steal the resources. But surely that means there's some sort of downside to not blowing up the train, like taking on a lot more of these guys or whatnot. Well, we've arrived, somewhere, and, oh. Right, this would be the downside. It's possible we now have to clear out a series of stations, to make it to, wherever it is we're actually going next. So, no, you're a vagabond.
We'll take it from here. Head back to the Swan. Winston and Gorm want to have a chat.
So, right, possibly the point is, Gaunt is so blinded by revenge, he'd rather blow something up in a situation where it would be literally as easy to take the supplies for his own faction. That's how far gone he is. And while I could head back to Winston at this point, honestly, yeah. I think, given that was a nice short mission, I'm going to work under the assumption the other two are very similar. So, go on then, let's do arms race as well. Another mission where we've got two options. We could just go in and blow it up. Alternatively, yes, we could take the more sophisticated route, speak to Frosty Valentina, and then maybe, just a maybe, sneak inside, steal some guns, do a better job than Gaunt would have done. And okay, getting to her might involve a little bit of trouble with the locals, but for the time being, yeah, just go to these old broken down and ruined officers, see if we can get to her without causing too much trouble. Okay, no one's shooting me just yet. By the looks of it, I picked the right location to travel to. And okay, so far, nice and smooth. Hello there, could you help me with, like, accessing an arms depot or something?
Hello, sugar. Can I interest you in some lovely-ass buns? Or maybe you prefer a frosted finger?
Okay, so, you know what? I'm not going to. Then again, you know what? I think she's overtly flirting with me. I'm going to flirt right back, sure.
You are a saucy one. But I'm sure you came here to do more than just grease my tin. What do you fancy?
Okay, on top of that, Bad Jack just disliked that, so... Okay, he's not into the Lib Dems, he's also not into flirting. Okay, we are learning a lot about you today, Mad Jack. Anyway, the point is, I suspect, yes, she's like posing as a local baker, or whatnot. But in fact, actually, she's working with the Vagabonds and against the local dogs on occasion.
But I don't know anyone called... Oh, it's Tony? Tony the tall man. Bless my Gideon, I've not heard from him in donkeys. Oh, we've had some history, I'll tell you that. What does that old devil want all of a sudden?
And, okay, something to do with, yes, security on a weapons depot.
Those days are far behind me, dearie. But if Tony sent you, I guess I can help. I don't have the right components just lying around, mind. Let's see. I need you to fetch me some copper, a set of circuitry, and a bit of plastic. Then I'll see what I can cobble together.
Alright, we need to get her some resources, and I must have all that stuff lying around back in Thameshaven. And while I do probably have, you know, those components on me, she can't accept them inside actual bits of junk, and they need to be, like, properly broken down or whatnot. Jeff, we're lucky we'll probably have all of that available in its base form right here. So, back to Valentina, here's the components you need.
Oh, lovely. Come down my back passage, love, and I'll see how I can fix you up.
Okay, that's not even a flipping double entendre, that's basically just a single entendre. You just went too far.
This card will get you through the electronic lock on the outside of the building, and should put the security system into maintenance mode for a few minutes. It won't open any internal locks though, and if you trip any other alarms, then the security will reset. So watch where you put your bum about. Good luck with this, sugar. And if you see Tony, do tell him to come visit sometime. I wouldn't mind having my hands on his tools again, if you know what I mean.
I do enjoy that basically everything this woman says is just a smutty pun. You're delightful, Valentina, so, okay. We've now got ourselves the ability to break into this warehouse, but by the sounds of it, we need to be careful of what we do in there. Maybe watch out for laser tripwires or whatnot. And also of interest, right, the warehouse is barely round the corner from the bunker we just went into. So here we go, and that's where we just went in a second ago. It is bloody dark and stormy right now. But right, it's an old cinema. That's what they're flipping using. So, okay. In the front door, except hang on. Not in the front door, perhaps. Right, where's the panel? We need to, yes, use the McGibble that was just mentioned to us. John, it was right next to the bloody door. ID card reader, right there. Okay, now we could go in. Just watch out for trouble. And bear in mind, yeah, we need to crack open security. Watch out for... Right, take you out. No, that's fine. Don't let them fire. This gun, I believe, is... and I thought it was silenced, but you know what? Crit, just to take you out before you even see me, and... This is being less sneaky than I was anticipating, in a way. But, like, you know, we're taking them out before they fire at me. So, in a way, this is fine and... oh, bloody hell. Right, are we actually gaining any benefit by doing it this way? Then again, we've come in this door, which we couldn't have done without that security card. So, okay, just round here. Jack, you deal with, like, any reinforcements. Well, I see if we can do anything right here. That's literally just a flipping ticket sales. And delightfully, those are all Bond puns, though. Okay, let's be honest, Fallout London. If they were putting old Bond films on in a cinema, Dr. No is not the one that's going to sell the most. Like, I agree with you, The World Is Not Enough, the third Pierce Brosnan, probably wouldn't sell that much. But Man with the Golden Gun, that has got to outsell the others that are available, if yes, the alternatives are Diamonds Are Forever, or From Russia With Love. Like, of those, Man with the Golden Gun, easily the best. I'm confident that would sell the most. Sorry, got a bit distracted by James Bond there for a second, so, right, you just... There's also flipping rad roaches here, apparently. Sorry, take them out too. Okay, I feel like we're just running and gunning at this point. This is less sneaky than I was anticipating, based on what we were told about the security system resetting after 90 seconds or whatnot. Still, bare minimum, locals seem to be dead. Beautiful. So, okay. Let's check our options here. So, right. This would be one of the old cinema screens right here. Could place a bomb. We're not doing that. Once again, not blowing up anything. Instead, option B, I think what we can do is let the Vagabonds in. So, right. We've now got to reinforcements here, just in case they're needed down the line, and... alright. See what we've got here. A decent amount of ammo and whatnot. But on this occasion, right, because we can't carry literally everything, given, yes, part of the problem is it's a large amount of fuel or something. Right. Take what we can, and then the remainder we burn. So, okay. no reason to leave anything that we can grab. I may as well help ourselves to literally all the ammo, all the tickets, all the drugs, etc., etc. Right, Jack, we're going to lay a bomb, and then we're going to get the cock out of Dodge. So, on it you go. Probably best we now run and... Right, few people round here. That's fine. Honestly, we could take out most of these guys without too much difficulty. You will be fine too. And then you're a bit tougher. So, right, last person gets, yes, a crit in the head. We missed you. You are next. We've still got plenty of AP. No trouble, my friend. Say no trouble. We're kind of nearly dead. But not completely. That's the important thing. Right, let's get out of here before the place explodes. Oh, and blimey, as we step outside, right, everything explodes. Maybe step a little bit further away, just in case of additional bigger explosions. Alright, good explosion. Well done, Fallout London. Still, I would say having made a very good start on Operation Murder the Isle of Dogs, how about we call it a part there? But next time, right, I think we're gonna wrap up this little set of missions. Because I've saved maybe the most interesting for last. Breaking onto a prison boat, getting out my friends, maybe getting out some others too, sneaking around, cracking open locks, and, if we're very lucky indeed, sinking the entire vessel once we're flipping done. So, okay, that was like a very, very cool mission indeed, so hopefully you join me for that. But in the meantime, I've been John, this has been Many a True Nerd, and this has been Fallout London. Thank you very much, and goodbye.
Ah, we have got a gate key here, and then we have got... I've made a mistake, I've made a mistake, I've made a mistake, I've made a mistake! This is going to take all of my skill and cunning as a hunter to sort out... Die, you mooing bastards! Die! Die! Go away. Go away, nobody likes you. That was a good idea till it wasn't.